Hi guys, so we all know that Brexit is an absolute disaster, and of course it's going to affect the people at the bottom, the working class, the poor and the middle class. It's not going to affect the people at the top, the hedge fund managers, those with country estates, those with offshore bank accounts. It's not going to affect the Boris Johnsons, the Nigel Farages, the Jacob Rees-Moggs of this world. It will affect the people at the very bottom. Now this story I'm just going to read part of this story. It's tragic in so many ways, and I'm going to explain what I'm talking about. In this tweet it says, Rolls-Royce closing Lancashire plant and moving production to Singapore. Now these people who are working at Rolls-Royce are going to lose their jobs, and this is extremely damaging to them. They're going to lose their jobs just before Christmas. And they're going to join the dole queues. They're going to have, facing them universal credit and the disaster that universal credit is. Now, this is tragic, but I want to show you something even more tragic related to this story. This is an article from Business Insider from 2016, March the 3rd, 2016, just before the Brexit referendum. And it says here, Rolls-Royce, the same company, Rolls-Royce, sent an email to UK staff warning them against Brexit. I'm not going to read the entire article, but I just want to read part of it. It says here, manufacturer Rolls-Royce has sent an email warning British staff that if they vote, the public vote for the UK to leave the EU, a Brexit, at the time we still called it a Brexit, there are serious risks to the industry as a whole, as well as at what costs it would incur for the company. It also suggested that there would be adverse effects on staff. The group made it clear that the decision was ultimately up to the British public, but there were risks it wished to highlight, and then it goes into details about the risks, which we know already. This, as I said before, is the people at the bottom suffering the consequences of Brexit. Now, I have asked Brexiteers, I've reached out to them and said, what is the benefit of Brexit? What is all of this pain and suffering worth? And in most cases, they reply with the idea that we're taking back control or freedom. Freedom is one of the most common responses today. It does change a lot, but freedom is the most common one today. And I would ask these Brexiteers who use the response, freedom is this is the cost of freedom. Go to the people in Lancashire who have lost their jobs in Rolls-Royce. Go to them and explain to them that they don't have to worry about paying bills. They don't have to worry about putting food on the table. They don't have to worry about, whether they'll make it to the end of the month, whether they will still have a roof over their head. Because freedom will pay for all of that. Freedom will feed their children. Freedom will help pay the mortgage or the rent or bills. They don't have to worry about retraining. They don't have to worry about entering a job market that has completely contracted, mass unemployment. They don't have to worry about universal credit, because freedom will pay for all of this. It's very comfortable to sit behind a computer and talk about freedom when you're not going to suffer any consequences. The people of Rolls-Royce, the workers at Rolls-Royce, they're going to suffer the consequences. And Rolls-Royce pointed it out to people. Now, I don't know how many people within the company voted for Brexit, but that's irrelevant. The problem is that the people at the bottom were lied to. They had poison poured into their ears by the likes of Jacob Rees-Mogg, Boris Johnson, and Nigel Farage, telling them everything will be better. A beautiful horizon is coming beyond the hill. We just have to vote to get there. These people, as I said at the beginning, will be perfectly okay. They will not suffer the consequences of this disaster. But the ordinary working class, the ordinary workers, people who had built up a career in Rolls-Royce, they will not have this luxury. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.